Imagine settling in for your usual political update, and in the blink of an eye, history is rewritten right before your eyes. The screen flickers, the anchors shuffle their papers, and then comes the bombshell. Sarah Palin, former Alaska governor and Donald Trump's handpicked contender, has just been appended by a Democrat in the state's special congressional election. The words hang in the studio air, sparking gasps, wide eyes, and a collective wait what? That ripples through both the control room and living rooms across America. In a state long considered a Republican fortress, suddenly everything feels crossed out and scribbled over. In that instant, the anchor abandons her practiced cadence. Mid-sentence, she blinks at the prompter, then looks off camera as if seeking confirmation from an unseen producer. Oh my gosh, a Democrat just won the special congressional election, beating out Trump's pick Sarah Palin, she blurts, her voice cracking with genuine disbelief. Behind her, the studio cheer-in flips to breaking, Democrat wins in Alaska, and viewers hear her mutter, "Wow, wow," almost under her breath. It's not just the news itself that shocks, it's the raw, unfiltered shock of the delivery that leaves everyone holding their breath. As the deputy anchor joins in, her eyebrows nearly merge with her hairline, the off-mic murmurs of control room staff become audible through the open boom, and the camera pans to the small in-studio audience whose faces reflect a mix of stunned interns and freelance camera operators. On the video wall behind the desk, you glimpse red MAGA hats and Palin 2022 placards frozen mid-cheer, a stark contrast to the stunned silence now filling the set. No one in that moment looked ready for the verdict to flip so dramatically against conventional expectations. To understand why this moment feels seismic, a quick backstory helps. Alaska's lone U.S. House seat fell vacant after the passing of Don Young, the longest-serving Republican in Congress, in March 2022. A special election was set for August 16th, and most national pundits agreed. Sarah Palin's name recognition and Trump's endorsement made her the presumptive favorite to reclaim a seat for the GOP. Yet Alaska's ranked choice voting system, where voters list candidates in order of preference, introduced a twist no headline writer saw coming. On election night, neither Palin nor her fellow Republican challenger, Nick Bujicic, secured over 50% of first-choice votes. In fact, Mary Peltola, a former state legislator and member of the Yupik Tribal Council, placed third initially but stayed within reach thanks to RCV's rules. As the lowest-ranked candidates were eliminated and their voters' next preferences redistributed, Peltola steadily gained ground, first overtaking Bujicic, then slipping past Palin to claim a final tally of about 51.5%. Palin, polarizing even among her own side, peaked at roughly 44.4% once all the transfers were counted. Why did this happen? Fame got Palin into the race, but it couldn't paper over a reputation many Alaskans still see as checkered. She resigned from the governor's office in 2009, a move critics labeled quitting, and her national celebrity status didn't translate into broad local support. Meanwhile, Peltola ran on a down-to-earth platform focused on fisheries, subsistence rights, and veterans issues, concerns that resonate deeply in rural and coastal communities. When voters finally ranked their choices, it was Peltola's moderate, issue-driven appeal that proved irresistible to those who listed her second or third. Online, reactions ran the gamut from jubilant celebration to outright conspiracy. Viewers flooded YouTube comments with everything from "haha, the reporter's face is priceless," to "nothing makes sense in American politics, everyone is pissed off and nothing changes." A chorus of skeptics demanded to know if Dominion software was at play, while others cried, "Let the cheating begin." A few voices pointed out the statistical consistency of close races. Big contests always end 48.5 to 51.5, and one commentator quipped, "Wow. I didn't think Alaska was that dumb." Amid it all, someone griped that Fox News refused to even air the story. Beneath the surface humor and outrage, deeper lessons emerge. For the GOP, Palin's loss underscores a peril in leaning too heavily on celebrity. Without coalition building, a candidate can ignite base enthusiasm yet leave moderates cold. For Democrats, Peltola's win charts a path in red states when the conservative vote splits among several strong personalities. And for advocates of electoral reform, it's a showcase of how ranked choice voting can elevate compromise candidates who might otherwise languish in multi-way races. Trust in the process, however, remains fragile. Despite RCV's transparent tabulation and thorough safeguards, many online voices leveled baseless accusations of fraud or manipulation. That distrust isn't unique to Alaska. It mirrors a broader crisis of confidence in American elections, one that risks overshadowing the very mechanisms designed to reflect voter intent more accurately. If anything, The uproar following this result highlights how deeply partisan narratives can warp public perception of honest outcomes. Looking ahead, Mary Peltola faces the real test of whether her victory was a one-off fluke or a genuine shift in Alaskan politics. In the upcoming midterms, she'll defend her seat against a likely unified Republican challenger, no longer split three-way, which means she must consolidate the broad appeal that carried her past the initial rounds. Meanwhile, Republicans must decide whether to recalibrate toward less polarizing figures or double down on celebrity endorsements and risk another stunning upset. One thing is certain: Alaska's special election did more than flip a seat. It shattered expectations, ignited intense debate about the merits of ranked choice voting, and raised unsettling questions about public trust in electoral integrity. If a Democrat can win in the last frontier, then every election from Anchorage to Atlanta deserves a second look. Because in today's volatile political climate, the next shock could be right around the corner, waiting to flip our assumptions upside down once again.